All righty, what is going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to the channel for another market update. This morning, we are going to be doing a quick little update before market open, just because how things are looking. I decided not to make a video last night. I was going to do it this morning before market open. All right, so here it is. Okay, guys, so I'm just going to point out what I'm seeing in this video. I'm going to make a statement. The bottom is probably going to be put in today. I'm going to say 100% confident that the bottom gets put in this week, and then we reverse from there, just with how things are looking. That is just my opinion. Everything I share on this channel is my opinion, but I think if you are looking for much more downside, I think you are either a crazy person that is just, thinking like a perma bear, or you are just, relatively new to the market and you don't know how these cycles typically go, or at least how they have been behaving for the past like 1 to 2 years here. All right, so let's just talk about it. First things first, I want to point out VIX. All right, guys, VIX is going to crush. We're not market crashing. Let's be completely real. Let's go back to QQQ. All right, let's go back to March 2020. This was the last market crash. You had a 3% down day at one point, all right, where you gapped down 3.4% off the open. We don't have that. All right, we have a slow decline here. Like, we literally do have a slow decline. I understand, things like yesterday, they kind of accelerated absolute crap ton. That was a capitulation candle across the board. We have them everywhere. Okay. That is what happens when people capitulate. When, the remaining longs there, or most of the remaining longs there, are like, hey, okay, the weak hands, they're like, hey, holy crap, I can't handle the pain anymore. I can't handle it. Let me get out of there. I don't want to lose all my money. There you go. Okay, that's what the capitulation candle does. Mass amounts of volume, heavy selling, big red day. All right, minus $17 on the Qs, 3.6%. I will take it on the chin, guys. I did not see that coming. All right, I did not see that coming. That is that. We did point out in the last video that we had this, well, actually, last few videos, I pointed out that I didn't like how this looked right over here, because on this bounce, if it failed, if it came back down, you'd have a head and shoulders pattern. Very clear as day right there. Okay. You did end up breaking that neckline off the open, and you sold down to the next point of support, guys. That is why we talk about things level to level here on this channel. What I will point out now, VIX sitting up here, the thing will be crushed. The daily RSI is back at 74, guys. It's back at 74. We just saw that. I was looking for a full-on VIX crush. We didn't even get that yet. So, I understand you're down a decent bit. We're going to have to recover a bit to even get back up here. 3.5% is quite a bit. All right. Quite a freaking bit on the day. I did not see that coming. But, all right. But, unless you're crashing, guys, I'm going to still stick with it. VIX is going to be crushed. We all saw what happened in the COVID 2020 crash. When the market actually did have a crash, what happened? It happened quick, and you were down bad quick. Here, it has taken quite some time. All right, up until yesterday, you were only down 6% in 2 weeks' times. That is not a market crash. I understand. Add that, now you're down 8% in 2 weeks' time. I understand. But yeah, I mean, I'm not going to change my tune, guys. Every single thing I can possibly look at just looks massively oversold to me. You're now seeing daily RSIs get oversold. This is when you just completely, like, no doubt in my mind, you're putting in a major bottom along this bull run. That's what's going on. All right, now let's talk about some confluence spots that's going on, okay? First things first. All right, these are the last, like, over, a while now. These are the latest sell-offs, the big boys, okay? That's 580 days. That's almost 2 years. Let's just go back a year from now. Okay, let's just go back a year. It's going to be right about over here. We're going to go back to July. Okay, July 2023 when we marked over here. All of these legs down, they were 8.5%. And then from those lows, you did end up rallying 7 to 8%. Okay, some of these, this looks like it was 6%. And then here you just went along your way. 8.5%, 7.75%, 8.3%. 8%, 8.5%. So we're testing the biggest sell-off that we had, over the past, year here, 365 days, back in last July, 2023 July. You're literally getting that same exact thing. I won't be surprised to see this happen. All right, like straight up, I will not be surprised to see something like that happen, come out of this thing. All right, but I'm also going to say we are in a massive bull market. Okay, it's clear as day what the trend is. This dip is going to be eaten, whether it gets bought up to a new high or it comes and revisits the golden pocket. It is, very far away at this point. That is a massive move. Okay, even going back to the golden pocket at this point in time is going to bring you back up here. Okay. I'm just going to say we're coming down here. 460.58 looks like to me. That is the confluence spot that I'm looking for today. Maybe we put in a hammer candlestick on the day. Regardless, guys, VIX's daily RSI is back up at 74. It's going to be crushed. It's going to happen. Daily RSI and QQ is at 36, guys. If you see this thing start nearing 30, you're right at your bottom. There's no doubt in my mind. Okay, there shouldn't be a doubt in your mind. It happened the last like 4 times it got down there. This is what started marking your bottom when you started getting down here on the daily RSI. All right, when you started turning around over here, it was at 35. Okay, over here when you started finding signs of life from buyers, it was at 35. All right, and then you ended up trickling a little lower there, and that was that. Over here, what happened? It was at 32. Over here, it was at 30. Okay, so we're getting to the point where everything is at an extreme. There's no reason for you to look for much more downside. That is that. 8.5% down on the Qs. VIX's, daily RSI at 75. I will point out, big breakout from Mr. VIX. I still think it's going to be crushed, and that is going to be a false breakout. There's not much really I could say about this. I just can show you everything that's going on here, and you should be able to see this on your end as well, guys. If you don't know how to do this stuff at this point, of course, just tune into the daily show over here, and we will go over this stuff daily and put all the puzzle pieces together. But at the end of the day, guys, the last time it did not get crushed from up here was over here in 2020. All right, when you had that aggressive 3.4% gap down and you saw this. All right, I am just saying it's very clear that that is not the case today. It is not the case. We're not starting a market crash. Things will go back up. That is that. All right. So on QQ, what do you watch, guys? 460.58. From there, where are we looking for a bounce to? At least a retest of 473.82. But if not, guys, we're going back up to this golden pocket. The next target after 473, I'm going to take this off the board right there. 473.82. But above there, guys, we're going for 484.43. And quite frankly, honestly, no. Here are the two levels that you broke down from. It's 473.82 and then 490.73. We're probably coming back up here in the end. That is going to be a big move for everything to come back to life. So, I'm going to reiterate, if you have time, I still think you're perfectly fine. 100% you're sitting on red like I am right now. More red than I'd like. I hate times like this. There's clearly ways to not do what I've done here. But I am also going to reiterate what I've been saying. If you have time, I think you're perfectly fine. Yes, you will sit in red. That is that. We can see that as of yesterday. We revisited that. Goog gave you the gap down. Hey, all right. I ignored the signs that I was seeing the day before. I thought about it. I was like, Goog's probably going to save the day with how things are looking. No, Goog's like that. So now let's look at all major components. I want to keep this video like 10 to 15 minutes here. So now let's look at everything, all right? QQ is coming down to 460.58. That's the level I'm watching to, for a big bounce back. SPY over here. What's the big level over here? 533.07. That is the major break and retest level over here on SPY. Now, I'm not saying that happens, but the golden pocket is down there at 536. All right, so if you can start getting down there, that is definitely an ideal spot here. At that point, the daily RSI is probably going to be near 30 if you can get that, end of sell kind of move down there, and then maybe you hit it with a hammer candlestick or something like that. Regardless, guys, we can get another capitulation day like yesterday. When we get these, we typically have like a little bit more downside to come. We need something to put in some sort of reversal. And there's two scenarios this is going to go, okay? Here's how we get our bottom. We're going to use QQ just because it's right there, and I'm going to go off of QQ. You're either going to get this, okay, which I'm just going to remove this thing right there. And then I'm going to remove that thing right there, okay? You're either going to get that intraday and you put in like a hammer candlestick and it's going to go just like this, just how I'm pointing out right there. Here's going to be a wick going down there. You have the body of the candle right here, something like that. Okay, Or you're going to do this. You close out today's candlestick like this. And everyone's like, holy crap, you're dying. A second day like this, now we really are crashing. And you get a gap up. And then that starts a squeeze. It is one or the other. You're going to put in a candlestick like this at this point, or you're going to start doing this, where you have a big day like that, and then boom, you gap up. Today is not the day we gap up. Okay, it's 8:47 a.m. and you're not gapping up, so I have to assume that's not going to be the case today. But I am going to tell we're probably going to be bottoming today. All right, with how things are looking. QQ's looking like that. SPY's looking like that. Okay, you come over the 4-hour time frame. 4-hour RSIs, they're getting real oversold. You even have the bullish divergence going on over here on SPY from this point where you're at right now. Like typically, guys, these are where you're going to be putting the bottoms. Okay, it literally like across the board, you know, on all the big boy tickers, this is where you put in your bottoms. Then you come over here to the daily time frame. When you start seeing the daily RSI get oversold, that's when you really know you're right next to your bottom. All right, that's that. IWM, guys, let's go over this guy. IWM coming back down to the 9. You're going to want to see if that holds on the weekly time frame. It's not setting up so nice for us this week, but I will tell you, all right, this pullback is a buying opportunity on small caps. This was a major breakout. That was that. All right, this was like a very long time. You were consolidating here, and now you broke up from that. It's not going to resolve itself in 2 weeks' time. You're going to have months outside of that previous range. And at that point, you probably do find your way back up here to all-time highs. All right, so dip is a buying opportunity. DIA, guys, you're coming down to 395.59. That is the level to pay attention to over here. Oh, look at that. You're starting to gap up. So that's what you look for on QQQ. If it's going to be that day where you start recovering, you're going to get a gap up, guys. Or you put in a hammer candlestick. Some signal is going to happen for that squeeze to start up. And we just don't have it yet. DIA over here, guys, again, half a year of consolidation here, just broke out to new high, is not going to resolve itself in 1.5 weeks here. You're going higher. Expect a higher low on this pullback. That's that. Mr. VIX, enough said on Mr. VIX. It's going to crush. That's all. It's all my thoughts on VIX. That's literally it. Now let's talk about the big boys, all right? Tessie, guys, 205.60. That is the level you're paying attention to on the downside. Under there, it's 191.08. I see potential for that move over here. It's just what's screaming to me on the chart, and that's that. Amazon, guys, you're down here in the golden pocket. I will point out you're having a gap up today, a $3 gap up. That is, you know, what I was just saying on QQQ. That's what you want to see at the end of the day for this thing to start, you know, hitting it in squeeze mode with, you know, how many people are just looking for more downside. At this point, guys, I think the bottom is right next to where we are on Amazon. Things are, you know, really not looking like they're going to be going down much further. They're just not. All right. Over here on Meta, guys, same scenario. You got this 4-hour bullish divergence going on. We're in the same scenario as multiple of these tickers, like a lot of them. Support is 454.46. I think downside is limited over here. Meta is the single ticker that pissed me off the most this time around. And that is that. All right. That is that. I will not be, if I see these opportunities loading, I know how to play them. You only play them with time. Oh, Meta just didn't let me get time. And yeah, I won't be touching things if I can't get time with good premiums moving forward. I will not be touching things on these, you know, oversold setups. I'm just not going to be doing them. Microsoft, guys, you're back down here at 430. That is the spot of confluence that we're paying attention to. You have the 4-hour bullish divergence. It's quite frankly a big boy. You have a triple bullish divergence going on. Almost. If you take out the low today, then you'll have that triple bullish divergence going on there. Regardless, guys, 4-hour RSI oversold at break and retest at the golden pocket at your uptrend. Like, this is the confluence right there. That was your capitulation day yesterday. I'm not saying you don't get further downside. We could put in a candlestick like this where you have a hammer, all right? Or you get this. This is exactly what I was just talking about. You're either going to put in a hammer, reversal signal right there, or you're going, that buyers are starting to step in, or you're going to hit it with a gap up like that, and that starts it, okay? It's one or the other. Apple over here at this point, guys. 4-hour RSI is definitely oversold. You're down in the golden pocket at this point. Downside is probably limited, all right? Now, I know Gook absolutely crapped the bed. I understand. But at the end of the day, this is what we look for. for the long-term buys over here on the big boys. All right, you're at a key break and retest level. Your 4-hour RSI is now oversold. That is that. You also have a bullish divergence on the RSI. Like, this thing doesn't, the setup doesn't get much better across the board than what we see right now. Why I said in the beginning of the video, like, bottom this week, probably bottom today. That's that. All right, chips, guys, even uglier. Okay, I actually started recording yesterday's video and then I ran out of time and I had to scrap it. And I was like, well, I don't want to record another video after work. So yeah, I just didn't. That's why you guys get this today. 36.79 on that daily RSI, coming into that 239.14 support. You're actually underneath it in pre-market. The big level to pay attention to, and here's why I'm open to another day of capitulation here. Hey, 230.05 is a level that really stands out to me. Weekly time frame, major level over there. Also, you have the golden pocket down there from this whole leg. All right, so there's definitely a major confluence spot that I'm watching. If it does get down there, daily RSI is certainly going to be in the same spot it had that major bounce from last time. And then within a week, all right, 2 weeks, all right, 2 weeks, you got back up, 10.8% there. You got right back up to where you got rug pulled from, where you fell off a cliff from. Right back within 2 weeks, which would be the equivalent of, us getting back up there, guys. Okay. It was a 10.8% move last time. That would literally be us getting back up here. Imagine a 20-point bounce on SMH here from where you are. Or if you come back down here, and then that would be equivalent to us getting back up here. It depends where you bounce from. All right, MU guys, daily RSI is now sitting. It's going to open up. It's going to be in deep oversold territory at that point. You're gapping down pretty massively this morning. Again, I just didn't see these things coming, guys. You come over here to Mr. VIX. I've been able to call for these VIX crushes just when the daily RSI hit 65 every time for like a very long time now. I've been spot on. I've been like within 1 to 2 trading sessions. Oh, boom. All right. Oh, Henry called the bottom. Oh, there's that. This time was different, guys. I'll tell you guys, this time was the outlier here. I don't think we're crashing. We're not set up across the board for a crash. Certainly not. But I will say this is the time where that just was not the case. All right. You did not see VIX get crushed. I guess within 3 trading sessions you saw it, but not how we normally see it. Regardless, now I'm looking for that VIX crush. You come back over to MU guys, major support here at 105.72. That's where you're coming down into this morning. All right. And when you take out the golden pockets, the 0.786 fibs, that's when we usually say, hey, odds are that you do revisit the 100% retracement there, which would be all the way at the low where that move started from. All right. I bet against it. I didn't think it was going to happen. And now we get to witness this. All right. So there is that. I could only point to the conditions that have, happened in the past. There's nothing else I can do. Okay. That's that. What has happened in the past is you bounce back from where you're at right now. AMD guys, it's such a similar scenario. Like this is why I didn't even want to make a video last night. I was like, do I really want to come on after work and just kind of show all this when I have been showing everything oversold the last few days? Not really. All right, not really at all. But, this morning I will come on and make the bottom call. I'm not going to be posting a video today just because I'm posting this one, and I think it's very clear from here what is happening and what is about to take place. Before I was a little skeptical, but at the end of the day, I definitely stood behind my belief there. And right now there's no room for skeptibility. Is that the term? All right. There's no room to be skeptical. It's like your bottom's right next to us. It's here. All right. You come down to 141 support. You're going to have your major long-term uptrend right there. You probably find your bounce right there. And that's that. Okay, daily RSI will be nearing oversold territory. SMCI, daily RSI is now at 30, 31. Okay, 700 support, 671 support. That's what you're watching over here in SMCI. Big bounce incoming. But hey, let's see when that comes. TSM, okay, 4-hour RSI. Everything looks the exact same. I know we cover a lot of tickers, but all of these look the exact same to me. You're right at the 0.786 fib. You are finding buyers stepping in. But, in terms of this daily chart here, you got to turn around today. If you take out this 0.786 fib, we could see a spill all the way down here to 154. And that is that. All right, NVIDIA, guys, this is going to be what I think people should be mainly focusing on the sell-off here. I understand you can't hit it with the free money September expiration, but you can get the August expiration, the monthly OPEX over there with this fresh bullish divergence down to your major support. I understand you are losing it. You hit it with the break and retest so far here on the 4-hour time frame. That is a $7 or an $8 7% move down that I don't think is going to happen. I just don't. If, you know, it does happen, of course, your bottom's going to be right here. All right. But I'm telling you guys right now, it's very unlikely that that is going to be the case with how things are set up right now across the board. With VIX looking like that, like we're going to really see this thing skyrocket if NVIDIA is going to fade all the way down here. So I'm going to say bottom is probably, either way, I'm saying bottom is getting put in this week and then we rally into the next week. That's what I'm seeing. And after that rally, let's look at it this way, guys. These rallies usually last longer than the corrections. Okay? Quick correction, big rally. Okay? Let's just come over. I don't even want to talk about an individual ticket. Just look at the cues. All right? Correction, big rally. Correction, I know it took some time, but then you had much more time of rally. All right? Where are your big corrections? Correction, have rally. Okay? You corrected for 30 days here. You then had 2 weeks of rally. We look for at least 2 weeks of rally from this point in time. That's, you know, the game plan for me. We look for 2 weeks of rally. Okay? Same scenario over here. 30 days of sell. Okay? What happened next? All right? You had a lot more rally. What happened over here? You took 26 days to sell. You had 2 weeks of rally. Okay? You took 2 weeks to sell, and then you had a lot more rally. Here we have 2 weeks of sell. I'm thinking we're probably going to have this scenario right here where we have a lot more rally. Okay, that is that. We didn't have a 30-day sell to get everything oversold like it is right now. No, it took 2 weeks. Okay, so that's that. So coming back over here to NVIDIA, guys, what I'm going to be looking for on the upside is these levels to be hit. Okay, guys, so let's come over here. All right, let's turn on our handy dandy magnet. Okay, I'm going to use the low of that candlestick right there. We're going to use that right there. And capiche. All right, guys. So on the upside, from here, what do we watch for NVIDIA? Well, you know, key spot is going to be the 121 retest right there, 121.13. That is the low of this candlestick right there. 121.03. That was the open it was attaching itself to. Okay, 121.03 above there, 124.58, 127.05 above that. But this, you know, hey, this is the main boy right here, and this is probably going to have a big clap back. There's not a chance the market fully recovers without this thing fully recovering. At that point, NVIDIA is going to go for a ride. But I like how premiums are set up here on NVIDIA specifically. But hey, guys, I'm just going to say, if you are long, and I understand things are scary, I understand you're sitting in red. This is why. This is the exact reason. You know, I know my psychology. Why do I know my own psychology? Because I've had experience in the market, and I've seen these cycles play out. And I put myself in bad situations like this, and you always make sure you're okay. Okay? And over time, you're going to learn that. That's why you deal with your own psychology. Everyone's different. Everyone's experience is different. That guy's experience is different than my experience. He's going to treat everything differently than I do. We see these charts differently. Okay, yesterday when things were straight up selling, all right, I wasn't confident enough to sit there shorting it, even though the thing was clearly just, you know, capitulating. We had QQQ very clearly. All right, like next spot was very much so lower, yet I wasn't confident shorting. That is my experience speaking. Other people see charts completely differently. That is just how this game is played. Okay, next leg down, guys. Whenever we see another big sell like this, I'm gonna do my best to put myself in a good spot for that and be able to actually write it down. But yeah, right, I'm not to that point where I am, you know, comfortable with seeing everything oversold. And then, boom, you just want to sit there shorting it. No, I always feel like a perm bear. I always think I'm about to get my face ripped off. And I'm like, oh my God, I didn't short the whole time. And then you try and short the bottom. Wow. And I'm not going to put myself in that scenario. That would suck. Okay. Just to me. And again, everyone's experience is different. Everyone's psychology is different. And that's just what my experience has led me to make the decisions that I make. And, you know, I'm just going to say, guys, I still think if everybody has time, I think you're going to see this thing literally get back up around here. 497.3. I think it's very attainable on this rebound here over the following 2 weeks here. All right. The only thing is, guys, we got earnings right around the corner. Goog earnings was a disappointment, but now you got Goog sitting all the way down here at major support. Daily RSI is, at 37. You go a little lower, it's going to be around 30. Okay. 4-hour RSI, hit it with the bullish divergence going on down there. It's already oversold. Like, these are the things we typically see it rebound from. We don't see it sell off much more. Like, look, you bounced pretty bigly. You came back to it. All right, you hit oversold territory here, you bounce, you came back to it. You hit oversold territory, you bounce, you came back to it. It doesn't dance around there. Okay, I don't think we're in a bear market. Like, even this is 2023. Okay, sometimes it could dance around it, but this is, again, that's that bear market, 2022 territory. And some people didn't call it a bear market. We're just going to say it's 2022. It was a massive, bear territory at time. That is that. All right, guys, so that's pretty much all I got for you today. Bitcoin coming back down to 63794 underneath 66129. That was the level we were paying attention to. Now, if it does want to continue this decline, what are we going to be paying attention to? The next level is going to be at 59313. I don't think that happens, but I am open to it. And if it does come, CLSK is going to be back down at $15. And yeah, I will watch that guy again down there. Mara over here, though, coming into that uptrend, and that is that. Okay, you got earnings right around the corner. You are gapping down under that 0.786 fib. I do have to assume we're probably going to see some more red over here on the miners today, and that is that. All right, and I'll actually just point out iron. Okay, so iron does look like, hey, pretty obvious this thing's finally going to be coming down and spilling over here. The weekly time frame does look pretty ugly there, but on the daily time frame specifically, you could just mark up this low. You lose that low, guys, you're probably revisiting here. And if you revisit there, you're probably coming down to this 0.786 fib. 814 to 969. That is the buy zone over here for iron. If you did not play the breakout, that is the retest of that area, and it probably is going to be respected. Okay, that is that. All right, guys, so that's really all I got for you today. Coin is coming back into that 236.04 level. Either way, guys, you did just start breaking up. You broke above this high. Expect a higher low on this pullback, and then expect that to push into a higher high. That is my expectations. Only my opinion will be shared on this channel. No financial advice. And that's what I have for you guys today. All right, guys, that is what I got for you today. Bottom is very likely going to be put in today, but I'm definitely gonna, say, hey, this week bottom rally out of that at least 2 weeks. Okay, at least 2 weeks of rally for what we just looked at, what we just tested on those charts, what we just went back and we fact checked the charts. That is what we've gotten over the last year. You could do something like that. I just don't think it's gonna happen. All right. You could also, that's a 9% sell. That means we have 0.5% to, we have 1% left to go here. We could see QQQ down at like 458, 459 if we're going to get this scenario right over here. And I don't think it's like this, because that is when you're coming out your bear market. You had this really long period of consolidation here. Okay, a whole month of consolidation. Did we just have a whole month of consolidation? No, we just carried on the bull trend and then we pulled back. All right. So yeah, bottom this week, 2 weeks of rally. That is my expectations. VIX shall be crushed in that time. And yeah, everything we just went over is probably going to hit it with the rebound. And that is that. All right, guys, with that being said, if you guys did enjoy our supposed to be short video but turned into a 30-minute video, please hit it with a like. All right. Help us push this video out to more people. Okay, we got to make up for what we didn't put out a video yesterday, so we gotta get our people in. We typically get 10 to 20 new subs each video. When you guys like the video a lot more, we get more attention on the video from new people, and then the channel gets more attention from new people, and then boom, the people decide to stay. We get to expand our little corner of YouTube, our little closet of YouTube here, and we get the body. All right. All right, guys, check out the links below. Twitter, guys, go follow me over there. And yeah, with that being said, I'll catch you all in the next one. Everybody have a lovely rest of your day, and do your best not to panic in these times. When blood are in the streets, it is literally the time, only time you should be making those long-term buys. And, things that you're willing to just wait it out, you know you're getting a discount, these are the times to do so. So that is that. That being said, I'll catch you all on the next one. QQ is now somehow gapping up, so that is the thing. Let's actually just look at how things are set up here on the 15-minute time frame. I didn't cover the smaller time frames. You do have the 15-minute bullish divergence over here on QQQ. Okay, so that is definitely something. And then on SPY, what do we got as well? We have the 15-minute bullish divergence. As it comes down to support, you actually got right at support. Guys, if you have good support levels, then I am just saying your levels shall be respected. You will get reactions from these levels, okay? See how you broke and retested there? All right, you paired it with the 9 there. There you go. You came down, you found buyers right off your support. Low was 540.29. The level to watch was 540.30. There's 1 cent. All right, guys. That is where it's being respected right now. You have the 15-minute bullish divergence. That is looking juicy, okay? IWM, look at that guy. 15-minute RSI in oversold territory. All right, what are you going to be paying attention to in the short term on IWM? Got that going on. You're in the golden pocket. Look for buyers. If you hit it with something like that, where this RSI comes up and then goes back down, gets a higher high, this price gets a lower low, okay? Well, that's a bullish divergence, and you probably do have a bigger bounce incoming. That is that. DIA, 15-minute bullish divergence. That's that. Let's actually look at how NQ is looking. Coming down here to support. All right, 19,155 support. You're finding buyers off that. Like, you could just look at this, guys. At this point, like, you know, it doesn't get much more oversold than this. This is literally where you did do your bottom over here. You hit it with the bottom. All right, you did get some more downside. All right, 1% more downside. You put in a bullish divergence, and then boom, you went along the way there. Okay, this is really how things are set up, guys. This is how we're looking. Massively oversold this time. All right, VIX, guys. Let's just look at it this way. All right, in the daily time frame, you've had like 20-something occurrences since 2020 over here. All right, this is the one out of those 20 times where you are actually staying above it, and we're not set up to crash, so I don't think that's the case either. I just think it's not one of these times right here where it immediately gets crushed. It is what it is. We can't help it. You can't help it. I can't help it. That's why, you know, I said earlier, the only thing I could really do is point to the things that has happened in the past, the conditions that have happened in the past. Everything we just shared in this video, this is what has happened in the past. It's no ifs, ands, or buts. This is how it is. We just back tested the crap out of, you know, the last few years over here on VIX, on SPY, on QQ specifically. That is what I like to trade futures on, so that's what I watch every single day. Obviously, I do TA on SPY constantly throughout the day as well, because, you know, they move together. But QQ over here, that is my baby. I did not trade futures yesterday, though, because I just told you guys, I wasn't comfortable, you know, getting short on the thing, even though obviously, you know, it clearly was, you know, a short. But again, I mean, that's just, hey, all right, that is my psychology versus other people's psychology. I am working on that, and I feel like I'm getting better over time with that. But I will definitely still say the same thing, all right? Things are tough, but, you know, clear as day, guys. 3 EMA. I like the 2-minute and the 3 EMA. When you're in a trending day, these are where you just literally use your retest. All right, you get your retests, and I use the 2-minute, the 3-minute, the 5-minute, and the 15-minute is really what I use to see if, you know, bulls or bears are retaking control. Okay, that's what you want to get above for a larger move to sprout up. Look, you're consolidating, you can't get above it. You get above it, what happens? A larger move sprouts up. All right, on the 5-minute time frame over here, you just continuously test your 5-minute EMA yesterday, okay? And yeah, I just wasn't playing them, but these are like clear as day things. So congrats if you did play them. But yeah, I guess that's just me talking about my own personal trading at this point, and that's not the purpose of the channel. All right, guys. So I know we turned like a 10-minute. It was supposed to be a 10-minute video into 34 minutes, but I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you guys kill it today. That being said, catch you all on the next one. Peace.